If you think you have an anxious attachment style, take a walk with me. I want you to know that you didn't ask for an anxious attachment style. That's something that was developed and cultivated with your caregivers before you even had a choice. One of the most common problems that you face is that you get into relationships with people that you feel are hard to love. You might feel like you're bending and breaking yourself trying to please this person that you've placed up on a pedestal above you. As Aaron Doughty likes to say, anyone you treat like a celebrity is going to treat you like a fan. The other person never asked to be placed up on that pedestal, and it becomes the barrier to the connection that you truly desire. This is how you learn to integrate yourself into relationships with other people. Right now you might be thinking, yeah, but this doesn't happen with every person in my life. It only happens with specific types of people. Exactly. The ones that you desire a very specific outcome with. This is also why you hear me say each of you is playing out your role and your pattern perfectly. A lot of times we can actually predict what's going to happen pretty accurately. Let's say you go on a vacation with your avoidant and it's more than 3 days. When it's more than 3 days, they're going to top out on their intimacy threshold. And when they get back, they're going to want to create some distance for a period of time so they can get back to their emotional baseline. But for you, that's going to upset you because you want more time. That filled you up. That was amazing for you to have that experience. The biggest challenges and hurdles that the anxious attacher has to overcome is the story or narrative that they have running in the back of their mind about the experience they're having with this person, as well as the expectations they have of what's going to happen in the future. When you try to anticipate and predict the future, it gives you this felt sense of safety and security. And sometimes neither of those things are actually present in the relationship. It just feels that way because what's going on is familiar. If you've ever wondered why you choose the people that you do, number one, it's going to be attraction, but number two is familiarity. You might even find yourself saying things like, this person feels like home. Of course, my next question, and usually this is the one that cracks people open, is how was home? The question by itself gives you the time and opportunity to start to get to know yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. This is where you start to gain command over your story and understand yourself just a little bit more. Begin to ask yourself questions like, who am I? Where am I going? What am I doing? And why am I doing it? You'll start to understand your goals, your values, and your standards for a relationship with you. When you understand all of those things, you begin to feel more capable, competent, and confident with who you are as a person. It's in this space that you begin to see people just a little bit differently, and you'll recognize the unavailability. You'll notice when the avoidant hits their intimacy threshold, and of course you'll also begin to understand that you don't have to take that personally. At this point you might be thinking, no, actually I'm never going to understand that. And that's because you expect other people to be you. When you understand that everyone has a life that's equally as complex and complicated as the one that you're living, then you understand that they have different capabilities and capacities. All of these questions put you on a path to learning to know, like, and trust yourself and your discernment. You might even begin to realize that, man, I've been trying to love the potential that I see in people instead of the actual whole person that's standing in front of me. This is why I often ask you, if that person never changes over the next 50 years, will you love them anyway, as they are? This isn't about accepting or condoning poor relationship behaviors. It's just recognizing who the person is that's standing right in front of you. It's about taking your personal power back away from the things that you give it away to so freely. It's recognizing that it's not your job to fix or change people just so you can like them. You're fighting really hard to end an old storyline that started with your caregivers. If you want to know more, be sure to check out the latest episode of the Blueprint Podcast, episode 128, with guest Jessica Baum, as she tells us about her new book, Safe. It's a pretty intimate conversation. You're going to get a lot of value from it. You should probably go listen.